Today I have two different machines in front of me, and both of them make different nitro drinks. So if you like a nitro cold brew or things like that, these are going to be the perfect machines for you. I have the Hatsfield London Nitro Press. This comes in at about a little less than $200, and I have the Growler Works U-Keg, and this one comes in about $200 as well. Both of these can make a variety of drinks, and both of these have unique features that set them apart from the other. I want to start over here with the Nitro Press from Hatsfield London. I want to go over the features of this. This is a 16-ounce machine here, and it can make a variety of different drinks. It's very similar to a whipped cream siphon. It uses cartridges like this one that are about 8 grams. You can also use soda and you can make whipped cream with it. You can do a lot of different things with this machine. It doesn't have to be nitro, so I often make sparkling water with it as well. They have an upgraded version of this called the DS, which means you do not have to buy these cartridges, and it uses the nitrogen from the air. That comes in about $400. The nice thing about this machine is simply you twist off that cap right here, and there's some parts in here. This unscrews and you can clean it fairly easily. It comes with the brushes and it disassembles super easily. Over here we have the Growler Works one, and these are 16-gram cartridges. These cost slightly more than the dollar ones, but not much depending on the quantity that you buy, so it's almost kind of a wash. This makes 50 ounces at a time. It has a nice indicator here on the side how many ounces is left when you infuse it with nitrogen. It also has a little gauge here to let you know that it is filled with nitrogen. This can make a variety of drinks. You can also make an advertised cold brew, so it comes with cold brew packets that you can put in kind of like tea bags and just make your whole cold brew nitro coffee all in one shot here, which can be very, very convenient depending on how you like to do it. Today I tested both of these machines using a flash brew method where I used 220 grams of water, hot water brewed over 220 grams of ice with 26 grams of coffee. I mixed both of those together and put them in the machines just to make sure that everything was the exact same on it. One of the things about the Growler Works is there are a lot of moving parts to this here. So you have the cartridge that goes on the top. It goes all the way up and nitros out this tap here. So there's a lot of piping here. When you make milk-based drinks here, it is very important to make sure it is cleaned very well. And the instructions of it are very confusing. You're supposed to use nitrogen in this thing that's left over from the cartridge in order to push it up through that stuff and wash it out 3 or 4 times. If you take the thing apart, it is a very big pain to do, and it takes a lot of time and a lot of effort. I don't recommend it, but you kind of have to make sure it is fully clean, to get like brushes up in these pipes and in these crevices and in these curves to really get it clean. That is a huge drawback for me when it comes to it. So when it comes to taste, here's a little bit of both of them. I've already tasted them and I've used these extensively. I've had the Nitro Press for about 4 years, and I've had the Growler Works for about 8 months or so. So you have the Nitro Press, super creamy, very good indication of nitro. We have the Growler Works that is still good, but not as creamy as I would like it to be. The bubbles are a little bit thicker and it's not as creamy texture of it. When you practice, the more you use these machines, the better you can understand how to pour it. In other words, exactly like when it's gonna start making a lot more bubbles, when it's running out of gas on the very edge of it. So you got to really practice with it and take your time with it. Both of these are really good machines, and both of these meet different unique perspectives. I love the ability to create one-off drinks that are specific, like Nitro Espresso Old Fashions, which is a super fun drink to make. You can make super easily with this. It's fine because it's just a one-person drink, versus if you want to get creative with your recipes on air, you really need to fill this a good chunk of the way to get the most out of it and to get the most out of your cartridge, which means if you mess up a recipe, you're messing up about 50 ounces of drink. However, if you find yourself going to a lot of different places, doing a lot of different things, and having a lot of people try your drink, this is obviously way easier because you can create more at a certain time without having to deal with constantly changing out cartridges and remaking the drinks in this. It's kind of a nice thing to bring. One of the drawbacks I found, which I did not expect, is I kind of planned on using this as a dispenser and a thermos, but you cannot do that unless you put nitro cartridges in the machine. So in other words, this tap will not work unless this is filled with nitrogen. It will not push the drink up through that thing just standard, which was a little bit of a downside to me, and I was quite disappointed with that when it comes to the drink. Like I said, when it comes to disassembly and cleaning, the Nitro Press is by far the winner on that. And when it comes down to user experience on it, there's one clear winner. And for me, that is the Nitro Press. The reason for that is it is just so easy to clean, so easy to take care of. I haven't really ran into any issues with it. If you follow the instructions on it and make sure like you don't leave liquid in this for weeks at a time, you'll be fine and you won't have any issues with this machine over longevity. Both of these are built extremely well. The UKEG, on the other hand, though, that cleaning is really a deal breaker for me. With how bad it was to clean, I will probably not use this again once I get rid of the leftover nitro cartridges that I have. The Nitro Press I absolutely love. One of the hard things about nitrogen though is every single time I make a drink like this one right here, it costs me $1 to make. If you're really into these, or if you do it a lot, that adds up a lot. 200 drinks is $200. 500 drinks is $500. That's where I think one of the things that is worth it to me is upgrading to the Nitro Press DS. Now, disclosure, Hatfield London did send me the Nitro Press DS in exchange for a few videos, including this one, but these are my honest opinions, and I'm not reviewing the DS in this. I'm reviewing the one that I've owned for years. The reason why I think it's worth that upgrade is because after 200 drinks, you have paid off that machine based off of the cartridges alone. $1 makes it really, really hard to kind of, in my opinion, create more and more drinks, having more of a variety of things, and really, really being able to test it and really get your recipes correct. I've spent a lot of time recently trying to make the best sweet cream vanilla latte with nitro, and that took me probably 30 times of just tweaking it by a few grams of different parts of the recipe until I finally got it. With using these, that would have been $30 until I got the perfect drink, versus just the ingredients that I put into it was my only cost going into it. I absolutely have loved my Nitro Press. It has been phenomenal over the course of the few years I've owned. I enjoyed the Growler Works for quite a while. I loved bringing it to different events. It was super easy to bring my drinks, but honestly, with the amount that it is to clean it, I don't find it worth it. Not everybody appreciates nitro in their drinks, and it takes specific people who like that, but I love the ability to add that with the Nitro Press at no extra cost using that DS, even though it costs more up front, versus having to make a huge thing in the fridge when I want one nitro drink. So if you're making it for a lot of people, it maybe makes sense to get the Growler Works, but remember, it does take a lot of work to clean it, and that is a downside. I would much rather take 4 of these with the Nitro Press and just keep redoing it and restarting over with, say, like a half gallon of cold brew versus using this one time just because of how much it is to clean it. I know that this can get completely teared apart and everything will be perfect on it. With both of these machines, you have to take them and you have to shake them for about 45 seconds in order to infuse that nitrogen. But overall, you get a creamier, better textured drink with the Nitro Press than you do the Growler Works. If you've made it this far in this video, please like and subscribe. It helps me produce more content. It helps people send me equipment in order to review, to give you honest opinions on what I think is the best. I will be completely honest with you with anything I get. Growler Works did reach out to me trying to sponsor one of my videos and try to send me free product, but because I did not like the product that much, I did not accept anything from them. I want to do honest reviews in here. I will tell you if it's a bad product, even if somebody sent it to me for free. I'm not doing these based off of how much somebody's paying me or what they're sending me for free. I'm only doing it with honest reviews. I reached out to Nitro Press in Hatfield, London for the DS because I absolutely love Nitro Press and I really wanted to get my hands on the DS. And I did all of that before, and I had a great great user experience with them before they ever saw any of my videos or before they ever sent me any gear for free. That's why I love them, and that's why I use it. They're a great company, and I would highly recommend spending money on it. I have zero regrets on spending the money on this. Thank you so much for watching.